Hi, how are you today? Today we're talking about fungal toenails. Fungal toenails is a very common problem. It's the number one reason for seeing a podiatrist is fungal toenails. And soon it'll be 40 years that I'm treating patients. So I have had many phases in my professional career with fungal toenails. Many years ago I worked for the city, and I was part of the team that got the federal approval for Lamisil, which is oral antifungal medication. So I was very involved with that. And then I was working with topical medicines, and then I had a period of time where I told the patients not to bother treating fungus, and then that was 20 years ago maybe. And then there were better medications came out, and then came lasers, laser treatment for fungal toenails, which I avoided lasers for a while. I didn't think they really worked. And then new lasers came out, and then I realized that they really work. So now I have a special protocol over the last 10 years, I would say, for how to treat fungal toenails. And now I've had really good success. So I joke with the patients, I'm going to have everything perfect. The day I retire, I'll know everything. But I think I have a very good fungal protocol right now. So what we do is first we start with a biopsy, which is we need documentation. What is the organism? And also doing drug testing to make sure that the organism is not resistant to medication. So that's really important. So the first thing we start with is biopsy. And then we do photographs of the toenails, because you can forget how bad they were. And that happened to me recently when a patient had a couple of treatments and then he went to Florida for the winter, and then he just came back here to New York, and he said, doc, my toenails, they still look terrible. They didn't get any better with them 2 treatments you gave me last fall. I said, oh, that's terrible. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I said, well, let's look at the photograph. So we put the photograph up on the screen, and then he and I looked, oh, wow, no, look, your toenails are much better. So I even forgot how bad the patient's toenails were. So the 2 treatments really helped him. We usually do about 4 or 5 treatments altogether. So anyway, so we do photographs every visit so we can see the progress of how the nails are getting better over time. And it's really fun. The patients and I really enjoy it. The reason to treat fungal toenails is they're contagious. You can spread it to other people. You might not want to spread fungus. It does spread from one of your toenails to the next eventually. And also there's an odor of fungus, so that might be embarrassing if you take your shoes and socks off in front of other people. And also, I think it's a good idea to treat an infectious pathogen because your immune system is preoccupied with trying to kill the fungus, and you have a finite amount of immune system, so you shouldn't waste any of it with fungus. Let your immune system attack viruses and whatever else is going to be coming up next. So, don't waste your immune system treating fungus. So I think it's a really good idea to treat fungal toenails. Also cosmetically, they look ugly. They're yellow and brown and cracked and thick nails, and they don't look good. So people are embarrassed to put on sandals or embarrassed to go to the beach. So it's a good idea to treat it so your nails look better. So the treatment consists of we thin the toenail with a burr, thin them, and then we put on a photoreactive medication, and then we use the laser, and the laser reacts with the medication on the toenails to kill the fungus. And then after we do the laser treatment, then we put a special UV unit over the feet, and then that's also interacting with the photosensitive medication that we put on the toenails. So that's the treatment here in the office, and it takes 20-30 minutes. It's pretty quick. And then every day at home, what the patient will be doing is applying a topical medication that we will provide to you. Also spraying the foot once a week to kill fungus in the skin, and then once a week spraying the shoes to kill the fungus in the shoes. And this way you're not reinfecting the toenails, because it's, we're killing the fungus in the toenails, but you don't want to reinfect it. So that's why we treat the skin and the shoes too. And then we also have, we give the patient an antifungal soap to use in the bath or shower. And you just put a little bit of the soap on a brush, and then brushing the toenails once a day in the bath or shower. So it's a pretty easy protocol to do. I've treated thousands, I don't know, over 40 years of patients for fungal toenails, and patients are very compliant. They're really not non-compliant. You know, when I go to these podiatry meetings, the podiatrists say the patients don't comply. I think I explain it to the patients. We have written information. We give the patient videos. You know, I think, you know, if you explain everything to the patient, what is the purpose of using these different products, the patient is happy to use them. So I found that patients are very compliant, actually. And that's the secret. You know, the patient comes every once a month in the beginning, and then every 2 or 3 months, for a total of approximately 6 visits in a year. Toenails grow very slowly, so the nail that's visible is ruined by fungus. You can't change that. But what the goal is to have the new nail that's growing out, to have that fungal free. So it takes time for the toenail to grow out. So you're waiting. That's why it takes so long. It takes 12 months. Anything that the before and after photos you see, you know, paint it on and like, wow, look, it's cured. You know, that's fake. That can't happen. You're not killing the fungus. It's just oily or shiny. But it does take about a year for toenails to grow out, 12 months, even 18 months for toenails to grow out. So it's a slow process. But a podiatrist said to me once, they said, well, you're going to wait a year treating it, or a year will pass not treating it. Might as well spend this year that's coming up, might as well spend it treating it and get rid of this fungus. So that's pretty much the protocol for fungal toenails. Thank you very much for watching this, and you know, like and subscribe my channel, and come on in and let me take a look, and we can see how we can help you if you have fungal toenails. Okay, thanks.